I'm live. Praise the Lord. All righty. Hello, everybody. A little bit of a production note, I guess. How's my audio coming through? No, but you see, CKCGO, you just did the same thing. You had a Zoom frustration. No. Listen, I'm starting something serious here, right? And I've maybe went through 2 or so video streaming softwares that decided to just die out on me only when it's time to go live. When it's time for testing, it's as if the software is no, I'm testing it out. But only when I decide to go live. So I had a streaming software, and again, I'm specifically not naming names, that I tried for the first month or so. It worked great. And then maybe 2 or 3 times in the span of 2 weeks, it decided not to detect any incoming cameras or microphones. And then I just had it. And then I canceled the software. Then I just streamed with YouTube natively. Of course, that gives up certain features like post-production, editing, really a lot of optimization that happens. But listen, YouTube's native AI platform, this is what it does for me. It's relatively simple. There's nothing really that could go wrong. And then I tried a different software on Monday and worked flawlessly. It's only today when it's time to go live that it stopped to not work. And I'm a very big proponent of technology. I've always been technological since I was really a toddler. But this is ridiculous. And it's time for me to start owning this responsibility and stop blaming, let's say, happenstance. It's me. I really have to get a better grip on this. And I apologize to you guys for having you sit there for 10 or 13 minutes at this point where I was not considerate of your time. Okay, let me get right to it. So, so this angle is actually my webcam, and you may see it pan. So, like, check what happens out. So it follows me around and it zooms in and out to optimize my face as the center of the monitor. I'm supposed to be looking straight that way. I got this really cool new teleprompter where I'm looking straight into the screen. Okay. I have 2 thoughts that I wanted to pitch to you guys today, or as I'd like to say, opine on. The first one has to do with the Texas, well, let's just say the primaries last night. I really didn't keep track of the primaries. Like a selfish American, it didn't affect me. So why do I care? See that zoom? But I had no idea. And I saw this headline in passing that Dan Crenshaw was defeated in a primary. Dan Crenshaw is a 4-term congressman, and he's by no means some part of the squad. And I don't really remember him defecting from Trump all that often. But apparently, Ted Cruz endorsed his opponent, and the opponent won. And I think I read it was a Fox News article saying that Dan Crenshaw had a 60% loyalist rate towards Trump, or something like that. I, I I mean, is there that little room for nuance that you have to be completely no fraying from the path of MAGA, Trump, 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 before you're primaried and you're, I don't know. Um, that was just a wild thing to me. And I mean that the the primaries really didn't matter. Even the Paxton one, and okay, big deal. I mean, maybe it's my lack of foresight to see where the country is going by not looking into these primaries, but I really didn't care. But when I saw the Dan Crenshaw headline this morning, I was like, whoa. Um, Desert Sunset, yes, Trump demands total devotion. I'm thinking, I'm like, Dan Crenshaw. I mean, the eye patch guy, the SNL stuff. He really has a lot of name recognition out there. I knew him. It didn't affect me, but I knew him. Honestly, I remember when he ran the first time. That's also it, because I really saw him from the beginning to the end, and I'm sure all of us did too. But wow, wow. Okay. Um, Now, okay, Robert's commenting about the Paxton primary. Robert, you tell me why, where, what, who. Why does the Paxton thing matter nationwide? What is it telling us? What is it telling us is where I would challenge you, because I'm not really paying attention to the Texas primary like that. Um, Perhaps I need a haircut. Let's see. Okay, so that's my little riff on that. Secondly, I want to follow up really on my Sunday commentary, as well as Sue Ann. Welcome back. Um, I want to follow up on my commentary on Sunday, and Michael's program yesterday, was it, or the day? I think it was yesterday. Why were the strikes on Iran prescient? What was the straw that was going to break the camel's back? Um, that Trump needed to send out forces ASAP. I don't think there was one, to be straight. Well, let me give a little more context here for people who may not be familiar. What was the pressing reason Trump struck Iran with Israel? When and the way he did it? The reason for the way he did it, I don't think even matters in the 21st century. Um, Mark Halpern said it himself on Two-Way, I believe. This is the 21st century. We don't go to Congress to declare war. The AUMF was only a symptom of unity during the post 9/11 world, and that's just not the world we live in anymore. There's Article 2, where the president can claim, I don't think it's right, can claim to just do whatever he wants with the army, and that's it. And then Congress could go pound sand. The reason Trump went in was because he wanted to. There was no, okay, Secretary Rubio says Israel was going in without us, and then they would have attacked American bases. And then Speaker Johnson said a different reason. And then the vice president said a different reason. And then Netanyahu on Sean Hannity said a different reason. It doesn't matter. Think of it. What is the reason? I'm talking about legally. I'm not talking about among political opinion. Legally. The reason why it doesn't matter is because what's Congress going to do? Congress can pass a war powers resolution restricting the use of armed forces. And if Trump doesn't listen, could Congress take away command of the military? Will Congress be impeaching a president, a Republican one nonetheless, during a war? Think of the practical implications of stopping Trump from doing what he's doing with the armed forces. Anyways, the reason Trump went in my opinion, is very, very simple. Iran is not negotiating in good faith. Iran is going after uranium enrichment. They're going after the bomb, and nothing stopped them so far. They tried the JCPOA. That was a bad deal, and that would have been long expired by now, which would have unshackled the regime to go full force towards a bomb. Set and done. They tried the bunker busting bombs in July. Trump said, if you continue working on it, I will come back. They continued working on it. Satellite imagery confirms that they were doing something, and they claim their intelligence says they were working on it off site. Fine. The mass protests happen in Iran. They swat down and kill 20 to 30,000 of their own people. So the people are fired up, and the regime is much weakened by Israel's actions towards them since 10/7. So this was an opportunity not only to take away their armament, but also regime change. You ask me, the regime change is the cherry on top. This armament is really the main goal. But like Admiral Stavridis said, you can't take away their knowledge on how to create a nuclear bomb without killing them all, killing the government all. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And Trump simply saw an opportunity, and he's jumping on that opportunity. I don't know why. Well, okay. So take that as it is, right? There is an opportunity to replace this regime and disarm this regime while they are weak. What is the problem with that? The problem with that is then he should have sought out counsel from Congress. He sat up there for almost 2 hours in the State of the Union where he could have laid out the case. But unfortunately, I think Congress has long abandoned that duty. And we live in an age where Congress just doesn't authorize use of military force anymore. That's, it comes at no surprise. I am for the strikes. But what I am not for is Congress abdicating their duty. Congress abdicating their duty is, I think, a national point of embarrassment just because of their dysfunction. It goes back to the Dan Crenshaw point. If Dan Crenshaw cannot keep his job by being a nuanced guy, and this is not exactly somebody who's in the middle, he's like a nuanced right winger. How can we expect Congress to be consulted if the plurality of us aren't even in that ideological camp of ultra right or ultra left? That's crazy. And that's where I stand on it. That's where I stand on it. Guys, before I head into the comment section, I'm going to politely ask you for thumbs up, even though I really screwed up this morning's technical setup. I apologize for that. Okay. Let me go into some comments here. And I will have to read them aloud as I cannot feature them on screen for the reasons that you guys know too well. Okay. Sean Nichols likes the new angle. Hello, Sean. And I don't know. I might keep it. Let's see how this goes. Sean Nichols, you blame Comcast. That's hilarious. We're here. Take a breath, Charles. Whenever I come on after these technical stuff, I am pretty pumped up. I hope the nervousness doesn't make it through on screen. Oh, somebody's anti-tech aura. Oh, Desert Sunset's anti-tech aura. I know people with that aura. Sean, since I was a toddler, yes, I was installing Jumpstart CDs that we used to get in the mail along with AOL CDs. Really, since maybe 4 or 5. That's how I learned how to read. I learned how to read from engaging with technology before any school or something told me. Like I needed to learn how to read to operate technology, and I said nothing's going to get in my way. Um, Sean Nichols, they got tired of the eye patch, so they kicked out. This is me speaking, so they booted Crenshaw. Listen, the eye patch was a signature look. I get it, but wow. The primaries are getting brutal out there. They are. There is a movement out there, and I may give them a shout out, helping independents run for office. It's a steep hill to climb, but there is a movement out there, and it's very my generation tech youngster based. Nancy, if you think for yourself, you lose. How unfortunate is that? How unfortunate. But I mean, somebody agreeing with somebody else 60% of the time. That's pretty loyal as far as giving up your agency of thought, isn't it? We still have two in case power goes off. Oh, Hamilton, I hope everything's okay. Are you on a generator or something? CKCGO. We thought the school board conflicts were an issue. I mean, yeah, I serve on my community board, all right? The issues that come up there to me are silly because frankly we're powerless. But I still do it to give back to the community. The school board, I think, matters so much. I mean, this is children's futures. Wow. But but yeah, there are some other issues that are firing up this nation right now. Oh yeah, Suen, the names. So again, just for those who are new out here, the names are. I only read out your handles because I don't know who does and doesn't want to be identified. Um, Sean Nichols, the SNL thing definitely give Crenshaw more name recognition. That's for sure. Tammy, the primaries are really the fights where the real fights happen. Absolutely, absolutely. But open primaries are, I guess, a pretty good solution to that. And ranked choice voting, both of them. Why, Sean? I know you have long hair. If you need a haircut, I'm way behind. Well, let's see. Nancy, the Talrico Paxton, they have a chance of flipping the seat. I guess so. I guess so. And Paxton, I've only seen his name in a bad light since he got impeached. I mean, I haven't seen any goodness come out of his name. What purpose is it to blame Israel for the war? Nancy asks. There's no. Well, first off, if you blame Israel for the war, I think Michael was even alluding to this in his program yesterday. The extreme left is trying to paint this as Israel wagging the tail of the United States to get into war to fight their war. In Trump's meeting with Schultz from Germany, he said, I almost forced Israel, not the other way around. But what a lot of people are teetering on the border of is saying Israel forced the United States into it. And inevitably, in this era of increased anti-Semitism, there will be an anti-Jewish sentiment of you Jews are making our American men and women go and die for some Jewish cause, and you guys are genociders anyway. I don't think that's the case. I think, like I said before, this was an opportunity to hit Iran while they were down. They only understand force, and you weren't going to disarm them any other way. That is the frank reality. And like Tom Friedman said, a dismantled Iran is the single, I don't want to misquote here, but really, really good for the Middle East in terms of long-term peace and prosperity. Sorry for that long-winded answer. Because BB said so. That's what Sean Nichols says. I think Paxson may be more. I'm voting for him because I want him out of my state full time. Good one, Robert. Robert also says the reasons keep changing. I'm sure now we're talking about the Iran war. They do keep changing. They do keep changing. But what I'm saying is just look at the reality of it. Iran was not going to be nice. Iran was not going to be peace loving, non-terror funding. They weren't. Different story every day. I agree with you. Sean Nichols, I prefer if they pounded salt. That's the reference I made to Congress. It matters to CNN cable news, it seems. Well, yeah. I mean, even somebody who I love as much as Michael Smerconish here, the reason for us going to war and striking the way we did at that time matters a lot. All I'm saying is just look at the at the ground game over here. Iran was not letting up, no matter what. Full stop. Full stop. And this was an opportunity to strike kinetically. Hamilton did lose power. Why do you lose power, Hamilton? You're upstate New York. What? I mean, what happens there? Did you get a storm? I didn't get anything here in the city. Sean Nichols, open primary ranked choice voting. Yeah, I know Jamal's a big fan of that, but so am I here. So am I. I did like that ranked choice voting was introduced to the city here a couple years back, but still a close primary. CKCGO, that whole spin drives me nuts. Completely unfair for that thinking. Let me know what thinking. I'd love to respond to that. And yeah, I guess we're going a little over, but that's fine. I was too late. I've seen you Jews already. No distinction between the populace and the government. So sick of it. Desert Sunset. Yeah, I know. I see it too. And what's worse? So the people who say you Jews, it's all right. I mean, I don't think there's really any reasoning with them. But worse than that, I think, are the people who are hiding it. They say Zionists or BB loyalists are controlling us. And if you just take that word out and substitute it with Jews, that's what you get. That's worse to me. So why did the Omani negotiator fly to DC to say things were going well? The Desert Sunset says, I don't know, but they're not. We've seen that game before, right? Where Iran negotiates and somebody advocates for them on their behalf. And I mean, Oman typically likes to be under the radar, but maybe it was trending in the right direction. We're not, and in the end, we're not privy to their intelligence. That's really it. I'll take a couple more. Hamilton is warm. Well, we're supposed to hit 50 degrees in the city today. CKCJ, why are we at war with Israel? Because frankly, we're on the same side and we have shared interests. I liked ranked choice voting, and Hamilton has a fantastic generator going on. So guys, here's my word to you. I cannot promise that this technological delay will never happen again, but what I can promise to you is I will figure it out. I came up with an idea. I will start. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the stream 10 minutes earlier or something like that, but I won't actually come live until 8 a.m. So I'm going to start the stream so that if anything wrong happens, it'll be prior to 8 a.m., maybe 7:50 or so, and maybe 7:30. I don't know. But I'm just going to either put like a waiting screen or like a black screen, something like that. And hey, listen, if my whole setup decides to, bust on me, um, I'll have time. And I wouldn't have to delay it for you guys. That's my word to you guys. Make today the best. You're never going to get another day like it. And tell your friends. I see we're hitting 31 people on the stream right now. That's really awesome. I like when we break 30. Here we are to break 40. Loving it, everybody. Sean, the Yankees logo. This is for you. Come on. Okay, whatever. You see it. And green screen coming soon. As soon as I transport it. So when we do rock, guys, thanks for staying with me. All the best. And to further growth, thanks so much. See you Friday.